the feeling supported by the earth, the vibrations of the earth underneath your body. Today we're going to talk a little bit about energy and vibration, and also in our asana we'll do some balancing and some twisting, and then we'll finish off with a Yoga Nidra, nice relaxing Yoga Nidra. Starting off with just a little bit of information around what's happening with energy at the moment. You may notice that sometimes when people are in a crisis, the energy of the places that they visit can change, and even move around them when they move on. And you may have felt uncomfortable with energy in a place or with a person where there might have been anger or sadness, for example. And then the energy in a place where there's celebration can be happy and uplifting. So we don't always think about the energy that we come in contact with, but the energy stays with us until the energy is cleared. It's a great idea to try and clear out your energy field or anywhere that you spend a lot of time. And this can be done with a room clearing spray, and Australian bushflower essences have some nice room clearing sprays. Or you can burn sage, or you can clear the space by clapping your hands loudly and disrupt the energy. You can also play like chanting or angelic music, that sort of thing, to help clear the space. And we've spoken about raising your vibration before. If you have, if your vibration is raised, then you actually are less susceptible to the energy that surrounds you. So things like yoga and self-care and meditation and playing music and being in nature, and especially being in nature with bare feet, because there's some really good energy that comes up through the earth. So just a couple of things to keep in mind. As we live in uncertain times, it's important to notice the vibration and notice the energy that's around you. So thank you for being here today, and thank you for the great work that you do for yourself and supporting each other in your yoga practice. Let's taking a few more deep breaths in Savasana, and notice your own energy in the room, and notice your own vibration, how you're feeling, and tuning into the space around you. Checking into your body and noticing how you're feeling in your body. And you may have parts of your body that might be a little tense or a little stressed. So exhaling into those spaces to acknowledge and release any tension. And acknowledge any thoughts that may be in your mind, and release them with an exhalation. And know that the next hour is for yourself, for your own self-care. So leaving the busyness of your day behind. And then coming up into a seated position. I'm going to open the practice and the space for us with an Om. We'll take a big breath in. You don't have to join me, but you can if you want. Taking a big breath in and releasing all that doesn't serve us. And then another deep breath in. Om. And coming on to all fours. We're going to begin with a few cat and cows, having your knees underneath your hips and your hands with your fingers spread out underneath your shoulders. And we're going to inhale, lift our gaze, lift our chest, and exhale, bring our spine up towards the ceiling, rounding out our spine, looking through our knees towards our feet. Continue on for another 5 or 6 breaths. tuning into your breath, noticing how your spine feels as you move it vertebrae by vertebrae. And then taking your knees wide and bringing your buttocks down to your heels, reaching forward into a child's pose and bringing your forehead down towards the mat. We're going to release and stay here for about 6 breaths. Each time you exhale, allowing your body to be drawn a little further towards the earth in your mat. Taking a couple more breaths and thinking about what your intention is for your practice today. It may be to tune into the energy around you. It may be about raising your vibration, or it could be about bringing more calmness into your life, or to be curious about your practice today and try a few different things to be more balanced. And coming back up onto all fours, and then standing on your knees if that's comfortable for you. Going to inhale and bring our arms up towards the ceiling. And exhale, taking our arms to one side, inhaling back to the center, and going to the other side, noticing a nice stretch through the sides of our body. Let's go one more on each side. And then reaching up all the way to the ceiling, lifting our gaze, and then folding forward, coming down into child's pose again, stretching out through the spine. And then inhale, coming all the way back up again. And exhaling, bringing our hands back down and walking them forward on the mat. Warming up our lower back as we do this. Let's do this another 4 times. Using your own breath to guide your movement. Inhaling as you come up. And exhaling as you fold forward, surrendering into the energy of the earth. Let's go 2 more times. From here, we're going to do some upward dogs and downward dogs. So coming back to all fours, as we inhale, we're going to take our hips forward and lift our chest and lift our gaze into an upward dog. And then as we exhale, we're going to tuck our toes under and bring our hips up towards the ceiling. This is our first upward downward dog for the practice. As you're here, taking a few breaths, bringing your heels down towards the mat as you stretch through the back of your legs, warming up your legs. And then coming back down to your knees and up into an upward dog and downward dog. So we'll continue on for another 4 times, just getting your spine nicely warmed up. Moving at your own pace, using your breath to guide the movement. And one more time. Then walking forward and coming into a standing position. Just going to take my socks off. Okay, so we're going to go into a series of some sun salutes. So coming to the top of your mat, I'll take you through the first one, or you're welcome to join me. I think you all know this one. So we're going to inhale, lift our arms up, reach up towards the sky and lift our gaze and our chest. And then exhale, we're going to fold forward and then step back into a high plank, or you can take your knees to the mat into a low plank. And we're going to slowly lower our body down to the mat. Inhaling, lifting our gaze, lifting our chest into an upward dog. And exhale, tuck our toes under and coming up into downward dog. Staying here for a breath, and then taking your gaze forward towards your hands and stepping forward into a forward fold. Inhale, lift your spine, and exhale, bringing your chest towards your legs, squeezing that in, and then inhale, bring your hands all the way back up and hands back to Anjali Mudra. So that's one round. Let's do 3 more rounds. You can go at your own pace, or you can come with me. So inhaling, taking the arms up. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhale, lift through the chest and the spine, lengthen. And exhale, stepping back into a high plank. And then slowly lowering down. And then inhale, lift up through the chest into an upward dog. And exhale, tucking the toes under and coming into a downward dog. Taking a breath here. Raising your gaze and stepping forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen the spine. And exhale, bring the chest towards the legs, squeezing that. And then inhale, come all the way back up. Back to Anjali Mudra. Let's go 2 more rounds. And folding forward. Lifting up through the chest. And exhale, stepping back. Slowly lowering down, bending through the elbows. And lifting up into an upward dog. And rolling over the toes into a downward dog as you exhale. Raising your gaze towards your hands. Stepping forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen through your spine. And exhale, draw your chest towards your legs. Inhale, come all the way back up. We've got 1 more round to go. Getting nice and warm now. And folding forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, draw your body towards your chest. And then stepping back into a high plank. Slowly lowering the body down to the mat. Inhale, lifting up into an upward dog. And then tucking your toes under and coming into a downward dog. Taking a breath here. Lifting your gaze towards your hands. Stepping forward. And then inhale, lift and lengthen through the spine. Exhaling, drawing your chest towards your legs. And then coming all the way back up. And back to Anjali Mudra. Nice work, everyone. Just taking a few breaths here. Tuning into your breathing. And we're going to go into a series of warriors. We're going to start with warrior 1, taking your left foot slightly out to the side and stepping forward with your right foot. So the heel of the right foot should be about in line with the arch of your left foot. We're going to inhale, we're going to lift our arms up to the sky, lift our gaze in our chest, and we're going to bend that front leg. So the front knee should be over the front ankle. We're going to stay here in this pose for 4 breaths, noticing the stretch through the left hip, gazing up to the sky, really lengthening through the arms and the chest. And one more breath here. And then we're going to go into Warrior Two. So taking the left hand towards the back and the right hand towards the front. Taking 2 breaths here, really lengthening and opening out through the hands. And as we inhale, we're going to take that left hand, right hand towards the sky, left hand towards the back of the left knee, looking up towards the ceiling, noticing that stretch right down through the right side. Then we're going to take the right hand down to the floor, just inside the right foot, straightening out that right knee, and take the left hand up towards the ceiling into a triangle pose. We're going to stay here for 4 breaths. At this point, you can have a block underneath your right hand if you wanted to lift up a little bit. You can have your hand on the ankle or on the floor beside your foot. Taking one more breath here, and then bring the left hand down and frame your right foot with your left and your right hand. Bring the left hand now down to the earth and the right hand up towards the sky, looking at the right hand into a twisted triangle, noticing the stretch down through the back of the right leg. Let's take 3 more breaths here. And then bringing the right hand down to the mat, inhale, coming all the way back up. And we'll go to the other side. Give your legs a little bit of a shake here. And we're going to turn our right foot out to the side, step forward with the left foot, and again lining up the left heel with the right arch of your foot. Going to inhale, bending through that right knee, left knee, and take your arms up towards the ceiling, lifting your gaze and lifting your chest. We're going to stay here for 4 breaths. And noticing that stretch through the right hip flexor. Just 2 more breaths, really lifting and lengthening. And then we're going to take the left hand forward and the right hand back into Warrior Two. Really lengthen through both hands, feeling that nice stretch through your chest. 1 more breath here, and then we're going to take the right hand down to the back of the right leg and the left hand up towards the ceiling. I'm going to take a couple of breaths here. And then bring both hands down to frame the left foot. Moving the left hand just inside the left foot, and we'll take the right hand up towards the sky and take your gaze up with the right hand into triangle. Let's take 4 deep breaths here and notice the stretching through the back of the left leg this time. And then bringing that right hand down to the mat and taking the left hand up towards the sky into a twisted triangle. We'll stay here for 3 breaths. And then bringing that left hand back down to the mat and then coming back up to standing position and give your legs a nice shake. Nice. So from here, let's start with a couple of balancing poses. So we might start with a tree pose. So taking your right foot, opening up through the toes and really moving around in a little circle, noticing the key 3 anchor points underneath the right foot. And as we're going to take our left foot up off the mat, and we're going to bring it either on the toes on the mat side of the right leg, or up on our calf, or you can take it up a little higher, whichever works for you. If you need to, you can be beside a wall if you need to have that little bit of reassurance, and then bring your hands up to Anjali Mudra. Let's stay here for 5 breaths. Find something to gaze at to help you with your balance. Distilling through your mind. Let's go 2 more breaths here. And then gently releasing that left leg down to the mat. Giving your right leg a little shake through. And this time going to the left foot and really opening out through the toes and moving your body in a little bit of a circular direction, noticing those 3 key anchor points on your left foot. You may find that you have better balance on one side than the other. Then we're going to take the right foot, either have the toes on the mat or bring up the foot next to the calf muscle, or you can bring it up above the knee. So wherever feels right for you, finding your gaze point, and then bringing your hands to Anjali Mudra. Let's go 3 more breaths here. And last breath, releasing that right foot down, give that a little shake. So you might find that you're steady on one side and not the other, or you might be steady on both sides. It depends on day to day. The next one we're going to do is we're going to go into an aeroplane pose. So we're going to step forward with the right foot, inhale and bring your hands all the way to the sky, and then exhale, we're going to fold forward. Bring your hands down to the ground, and we're going to lift up through the left foot and bringing our hands into an aeroplane pose. Finding a gaze point about 1 meter forward of the top of your mat. And we're going to stay here for 4 more breaths. If you need to, you can bring your toe down to the mat to help you balance. And then gently bringing your hands to the mat and slowly lowering your left foot down. And coming back up to standing position. Give your legs a little shake. And we'll go to the other side. So this time we're going to have, we're going to take our left foot forward. We're going to inhale, lift our arms all the way up. Exhale, we're going to fold forward. Bring our hands down to the mat, and we're going to lift up through the right foot. And then bring our hands, when you feel steady, bring your hands off the mat into an aeroplane. You might want to be near a wall so that you can quickly grab if you need to. Just trying to steady that through, steadying through your breath. You can always bring the right toe down to the mat if you need. And then bringing your hands down to the mat and bringing your toe down. Inhale, come all the way back up. And back to Anjali Mudra. Give that a little shake. Nice work, everyone. Let's come down to the mat now, into a seated position with your legs out in front. This is called Paschimottanasana. This is a forward fold, but in a seated position. So we're going to inhale, lift and lengthen our spine, coming up onto our sit bones. And we're going to exhale and fold forward, gazing towards the big toes. Grabbing your hands, your feet behind, your hands behind your feet, or you might find you're holding on to your ankles or your shins. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths. And each exhalation, relaxing into the stretch a little more and noticing how this is feeling through your lower back and through the back of your legs. And one more breath here. And then releasing your hands. And bring your hands back up to the ceiling again. As you inhale and exhale, fold forward and take your left hand to the side of your right foot or your right ankle and your right hand to the back of the room. If you want, you can bind that right hand around your back. And we're going to do similar here. We're going to have our gaze point at our big toe and we're going to take 5 breaths. And each time we exhale, just relaxing a little more into the stretch. And one more breath here. Releasing that left hand, taking both hands to the ceiling, stretching up nice and tall, and then folding forward as you exhale. And take your right hand to the outside of the left foot, left hand behind you, or you can wrap that around your body to bind. We're going to be here for 5 breaths. Remembering back to your intention for your practice here. And one more breath. And releasing that hand. And we're going to go back into an asana where we're laying on our back, hugging our knees towards our chest. And making some movements. There may be a circular movement, or you might be bringing your knees in towards your chest and then away from your body. Whatever feels right for your lower back at the moment, to release it after all of those forward bends. And then bringing both feet down towards the mat, picking up your left leg and taking it across the front of your right leg. And we're going to inhale and draw that knee towards your body. Just bringing it in and out, just noticing as it releases through the left side of your buttocks. Taking 2 more breaths here. Just moving with the breath in and out. And then dropping the right foot down onto the mat. Bringing your right hand up to your left knee and take your left hand out to the side. Gazing towards your left hand as you exhale and draw that left knee down towards the right side of the mat. Keeping your shoulders nice and flat on the ground. Feel the earth underneath your shoulders. Taking 5 breaths. And each time you exhale, releasing that knee a little more to the right side. Noticing the stretch through the spine and up the left side of your body. And noticing the stretch through the front of your chest. Taking 3 more deep breaths. This is a good exercise as well to massage through the organs in the abdominal area, through the gut and the bowel and all the organs down through there. And then inhale, bring your knees back to center and swap your legs over. So your right leg is now over the front of your left. And drawing that right knee towards your body. And then inhale as you take it away from your body. So you can be moving in and out or in a circular motion. Whatever feels right for your glute there to give that a nice release and stretch. And then taking your left foot down to the mat, left hand on your right knee and your right hand out to the side. We're going to exhale and draw that right knee to the left side as we gaze towards our right hand. Just slowly lowering that down towards the mat, wherever is the right position for your back today. Once you're getting comfortable there, taking 5 deep breaths, releasing your shoulders to the earth, noticing that nice massage through the organs on the right side of your body, and the twist in your lower back and the release through the glute on the right side. Taking 3 more deep breaths, releasing a little more in each exhalation. And then on your next inhalation, bringing your knees back to center and hugging both knees towards your chest. And moving that again in a circular motion to massage through your lumbar spine. And then bringing your feet down to the mat. And we're going to lift up into a bridge position. Having your hands flat on the ground, your heels close to your buttocks. As you inhale, lifting through the hip area, bring the hip up towards the ceiling. At this point, you can bring your hands together and clasp them, and then slowly walk your shoulders a little bit closer together, and lifting up nice and high, really feeling that squeeze in the buttocks, pushing through your heels. And we're going to be here for 5 breaths. Bring your chin to your chest, and noticing the stretch through the front of your thighs, through your buttocks, and through the lower core, as well as your shoulders and neck. And then releasing your hands back down to the mat and slowly lowering your spine vertebrae by vertebrae and hugging up knees to chest again. And from here, we're going to go into an inversion. So you might want to have your legs up the wall or your legs up a chair, or you might go into a half shoulder stand. So whichever you choose, going into that position. If you decide to go into half shoulder stand, just bring your hands to the back of your hip, bring your elbows a little bit together to support you. Everyone with their legs up, just giving your legs your feet a nice shake. Give your legs a little shake so they're nice and light. You can move your feet away from each other. Taking a few breaths here. You may want to bring the soles of your feet together with your knees out to the side. If you're in a half shoulder stand, you might like to take your feet over your head, bringing your toes towards the ground behind your head. Bringing that nice stretch through the back of your upper chest, upper back area. Just take 3 more breaths here. And then slowly lowering your spine back down to the mat. And rolling over onto your front. We're going to do a little bit more heart opening through locust pose. So having the front of your body facing down onto the mat, bringing your hands back and placing them underneath your hips. So palms are facing up. As we inhale, we're going to lift up through the buttocks, taking our feet off the mat. Really giving that a good stretch through the lower back leg area. And taking 1 more breath here, and then releasing your feet to the ground. Taking your hands out from under your hips and bringing your hands forward. Bring your hands behind your back now into a clasped position or out to the side. We're going to lift up as we inhale. We're going to lift up into snake pose. So we'll keep our feet on the ground this time. So inhaling, lifting up through our chest, opening up through the chest, and having a nice stretch through the clasped hands. Stay here for 3 breaths. And then releasing your hands back to the mat. From here, we're going to go into a half boat pose, taking the left hand back towards the left foot. And then we're going to inhale, we're going to lift up through the chest and lift up through the left leg for 3 breaths. Noticing that stretch through the front of the thigh and through the shoulder and glute area. And then releasing that down to the mat, bringing the left hand down to the mat in front of you and take the right hand back, grabbing through the front of the right foot. And this time we're going to inhale and lift through our chest and lift up through the foot as well on the right side for 3 breaths. And then releasing that one to the earth again. And then from here, we're going to go into a full boat pose. So we're going to take our left and our right hand and we're going to bring them back and grab our left and our right foot. So from here, we're going to inhale and we're going to lift up through our chest and lift up through our feet. And we're going to take 3 breaths here. You might feel a little bit of rocking. It's part of the boat pose as you breathe. Let's go 1 more breath. And then releasing your legs and your arms to earth. From here, we're going to bring our body back up into all fours. We'll do a couple of cat cows, just releasing our spine after that stretching. And tucking our toes under, opening our fingers and pressing through the earth with our hands, going up into a downward dog. And walking our heels down towards the mat. You may feel a little more supple now as your downward dog than what you did at the beginning of your practice. Just noticing how your body feels. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths, just rinsing out all the work that we've done through our asana today. And once you've had your 5 breaths, coming back down to the mat and rolling over onto your back and bring with you anything you need to keep yourself warm for your relaxing Yoga Nidra. You might blow underneath your knees. A blanket over the top to keep you nice and warm today. So we've got some nice soft angelic choir music as we do our relaxation today. So hoping to clear some of our space and our energy with that. Making yourself really comfortable. Taking 3 deep, relaxing breaths. Releasing your body. Being aware of the sounds in the distance. moving your awareness from sound to sound without attempting to identify the sounds. Be aware of your physical body lying in Savasana. Notice your alignment, your chin lower than your forehead, your spine aligned, your arms close to your body, fingers away from the floor, as comfortable as possible. Become aware of your natural breath, keeping it completely spontaneous. Repeat your intention with feeling 3 times. And rotating your consciousness around your body. Your right hand thumb, forefinger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, back of your hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side trunk, hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, top of your foot, bottom of your foot, toes, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Check your awareness that you're still awake and rotating your consciousness around the left side of your body, your left hand thumb, forefinger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm, back of your hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, left side trunk, hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, top of your foot, bottom of your foot, toes, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Check your awareness that you're still awake and move your attention to the back of your body, your heels, back, legs, buttocks, back, shoulder, arms, hands, whole of your spine, neck, back of your head, crown of your head, forehead, right temple, left temple, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, eyebrow center, right eye, left eye, right ear, left ear, right cheek, left cheek, right nostril, left nostril, lips, chin, throat, chest, 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 abdomen, 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 pelvis, pelvis, pelvis. Become aware of your breath, counting back from 17 to 20, 17 to 0. Checking your awareness that you're still awake. Bring your awareness to the front of your closed eyes. Awakening the feeling of warmth within your body. Your whole body is warm. Your arms are warm. Your legs are warm. Your whole body is warm. Now awaken the feeling of coolness in your body. Imagine the whole body is cool. Your arms are cool. Your legs are cool. Your whole body is cool. Bring the awareness to your closed eyes. Imagine the following objects as they are named: a setting sun, a red rose, a beautiful garden, clear blue sky, a rainbow, the sound of the ocean, an elephant, an eagle, a puppy, new palm fronds, the smell of the rain, a sunset, a relaxing bath. Now is the time in your practice to repeat your intention 3 times with feeling. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Feel your body resting in Savasana, aware of the room that you're in and the surrounding floor supporting your body, the ceiling, the windows, the sounds inside the room and outside the room. Recall the time of day and know that the practice of Yoga Nidra is coming to an end. I will chime the singing bowl once. The practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete. Bringing your hands above your head and stretching through your body. Slowly roll on to one side. Taking a few breaths there. You can stay in the lying position on your side if you want, or you can come up into a seated position. Gently opening your eyes. Thank you for your beautiful energy today that you've shared with all of the group, raising your vibration and raising the vibration of everyone in the group so that you can take that vibration into your home with your family and your community and raising the vibration of everyone around you. Acknowledge the great work that you do today in your yoga practice. And let's close the practice acknowledging the support in our space. I invite you to join me, but you don't have to. Taking a deep breath in and then releasing all that doesn't serve us. Taking another deep breath in. Om. Bringing our hands to our forehead for kind thoughts and to our lips for kind words and to our heart for a kind heart. Namaste. Noticing your body and noticing how you're feeling.